Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. He still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. 2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Ready, 90, walk, choose the mic. Let him know. Ready.
Now back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
You can't hang. He's not going to get you.
Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, it's Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on, set. Let's go. Mike's 42. Mike's 40. Focus, defense, focus. Watch, twist, ready, go.
He'll drop to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 2nd down.
They had a good game catching the ball at the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
That defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll try and throw for it here. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Quick edge. Come. Nice 7. Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, Ray, seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Looking long for Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And able to find Graham, complete. Rodgers to his tight end, Graham, on a big one. 45 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they're going to stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Jones. And an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
56. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Not today, you are. Not today.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll run it with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor? I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back. Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that's complete to Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they? Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right? Unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience. Yeah. You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller. This is caught at the 20. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. The final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
Again, it's Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st down, Green Bay.
This is Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Back to throw here. And caught left side, Olsen. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. He'll air it out deep for Thomas, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Wright's got it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw again. And now here is another interception. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Open is Swain, the tight end. 4 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Rashawn Gary coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
I'm coming.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down.
Watch the call. Kill. 630.
On 1st down, Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 43. Easy. Back north.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end Graham. Packer 1st down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 7-yard line.
No. Off. Big Ed.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. 27 yards there, a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 2. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jordan Scarlett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers gain a bit of respectability. Extra point try good by Gano as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Hey, check 20. Check 30. Switch to 50. Check 26. Check 26.
Now Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. Rodgers going to throw. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
The Panthers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. On 1st down, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They'll drop to throw. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 11 yards and a Panther first down. He'll drop to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown of the new season. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that? What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.